Is stamp duty a scam? I recently found out I overpaid by £40,250 and HMRC actually owe me that money back. Here's the crazy part. Even your solicitor won't tell you that you're entitled to it, and HMRC won't remind you either. If you bought a new home before selling your previous one, you probably paid the 5% stamp duty surcharge. But once you've sold your old main home, you can reclaim it back. The problem, thousands never do because the refund isn't automatic. According to HMRC, thousands of homeowners apply for refunds every quarter, but 1 in 4 eligible owners never claim. That's millions of pounds left with HMRC every year. In early 2025 alone, over 130 million was refunded, but experts estimate another 50 to 70 million went unclaimed. That's why I built this simple stamp duty refund checker to help you check out if HMRC owe you money. I'll walk you through exactly how to check. The refund trap. When you buy a new home before selling your old one, you technically own 2 properties for a while. HMRC charges what's called the higher rates for additional dwellings surcharge. Now that's an extra 5% on top of your normal stamp duty. And if you bought after the 31st of October 2024, the surcharge increased from 3% to 5%. So missing your refund now costs even more. You're expected to pay up front even if the overlap is temporary. Once you sell your old main home, you're entitled to a refund of that surcharge, but it's not automatic. You have to claim it manually. I purchased this house for £805,000. My current house was on the market because I hadn't sold it. I had to pay the additional surcharge. So I paid £70,500 in stamp duty. The additional stamp duty I paid was £40,250. Now, once I sell my house, I can reclaim the £40,250 back. I created this stamp duty checker template so that you can enter your details and check if you might be due a refund. Let me show you how. It's really simple to use. In Inputs B4, enter the date you purchased your new home. In B5, enter the date you sold your previous home. In B6, country of purchase, which I'm going to assume is England, and in B7, check whether your solicitor marked your purchase as an additional dwelling. That's the key trigger for the higher rate. In B8, select the correct percentage depending on when you purchased your new property. In B9, enter the price you paid for your new property. In B10, enter whether or not this was your main property. It has to be in order to qualify. In B11, was the purchase of your new property on the same day as the sale of your previous property? If not, select no. Once complete, the results tab will show you in B18 whether or not you're entitled to a refund, and B19 will show you the estimated refund amount you could claim. This tool doesn't replace legal advice, but it gives you a clear picture before you go through the official HMRC form. If you sell your previous home within 3 years, you can reclaim the 5% additional surcharge. Sounds reasonable, right? So why do thousands miss out? Well, part of the reason so many people end up in this situation is because it's actually really common to buy a new home before selling your current one. Here are some examples you might recognize. Your buyer fell through, but you didn't want to lose the new place. The seller wouldn't accept an offer subject to sale. You're buying a new build and the completion date lands before your sale is ready. You've got a new job, visa, or school start date that you can't move. Your mortgage offer's about to expire and you don't want to lose the rate. You bought at auction, so you had to complete within 28 days. You wanted to renovate before moving in. You're downsizing and need time to clear out your current home. You're doing a let to buy, keeping your old home as an investment. Or it could be personal, separation, probate, or even moving back in from overseas. In other words, it's not rare or reckless, it's normal. But HMRC doesn't care why you overlap. You'll still get charged the 5% surcharge up front, and it's on you to reclaim it later. Who qualifies for a refund? You can claim a refund if all of these apply. You sold your previous main residence, so not just any property. You sold it within 3 years of buying your new one. You're claiming within 12 months of the sale, or within 12 months of the original SDLT filing date, whichever is later. The original purchase was in England or Northern Ireland. Different rules apply for Scotland and Wales. This rule only applies to your main residence. If you're buying or selling a buy-to-let, the surcharge still stands, so no refunds there, unfortunately. Little known details people miss. Timing. If you sell and buy on the same day, it counts as a replacement. You don't pay the surcharge at all. But if the sale completes even 1 day later, you'll pay it up front and have to reclaim it later. Joint buyers and couples. If any buyer or their spouses or civil partner owns another property, the whole purchase attracts the surcharge. So even if you're buying your first home together, your partner's existing flat could trigger the extra 5%, even if your name's not on it. What counts as another property? Is anything worth more than £40,000 or more, even partial ownerships or buy-to-lets? Annexes or granny flats. If you buy a home with an annex worth less than a third of the total price, it's usually treated as one dwelling, so no surcharge. Lease extensions. Extending a lease on a second home where the premium is £40,000 or more can trigger the surcharge too. Companies and trusts. They rarely qualify for a refund. The replacement main home rule is for individuals only. Exceptional extensions. HMRC can grant extra time beyond the 3 years, but only for things like government restrictions or delays beyond your control, not just for failing to find a buyer. How to claim. The good news is that the refund process is simple and free. Go to gov.uk stamp duty land tax refunds and use HMRC's online form SDLT 16. You'll need the unique transaction reference number from your SDLT return, dates of purchase and sale, the addresses of both properties and your bank details for the repayment. HMRC usually pays refunds within 15 to 30 working days. Agents can submit on your behalf, but make sure they're regulated or reputable. If you claim incorrectly, HMRC can claw it back with interest, so stick to the rules. Why this matters. HMRC reports tens of thousands of refund claims each year, but industry estimates say 1 in 4 owners never apply. That's millions of pounds left unclaimed because people assume their solicitor handled it. They don't. It's your responsibility to claim. Solicitors handle the initial SDLT filing, but they don't automatically apply for refunds later. That's on you. So if you've moved in the last 3 years, check today. It takes 15 minutes and could be the best hourly rate you'll ever earn. The surcharge jumped from 3% to 5% on the 31st of October 2024, so newer buyers are losing even more if they don't claim. Refunds are available for up to 12 months after the sale, or even if you sold a year ago, you might still be in time. Be careful of too good to be true claim firms promising big rebates for obscure reasons. Some file dodgy claims and HMRC reclaims them later. Stick to verified advisors or do it yourself via HMRC's website. Stamp duty is already one of the UK's most confusing taxes. This refund trap proves it. If you've bought and sold in the last few years, don't leave money on the table. Check the link in the description and let me know in the comments if you've ever tried to claim one of these refunds, or if you didn't even know it existed until now. It's your money, not HMRC's, so take 10 minutes and check the link and see if you're due a refund. If you know anyone who's bought a house before selling theirs, share this video. They literally might be owed thousands.